In order for any California university to officially recognize a student association and grant its members access to student fairs and discounted use of campus meeting rooms, the organization in question must not have a discriminatory policy regarding its leadership roles. This standard is mandated by state law and has been a fixture in all 23 California State University campuses since 1972. CSU requires a signed non-discrimination statement from student groups and has received them from organizations representing such diverse groups as Jews, Catholics, mainline Protestants, and Muslims. However, one international Christian student group, InterVarsity, which has been active on U.S. college campuses since 1947, has declined to cooperate, citing biblical doctrinal basis for its refusal. For their part, CSU notes the 2010 Supreme Court decision which permits them to de-recognize groups for reasons of religious discrimination. While InterVarsity is not banned from campus, their ability to promote themselves to the student body will be curtailed, and any use of university facilities will be limited in the same manner as any other non-student organization seeking to use the same facility. A rogue art installation of a large red devil statue that appeared overnight outside a Vancouver SkyTrain station had commuters and residents alike doing a double take for a few hours early in September. The statue, which stood about 8 to 9 feet tall, was complete with horns and a tail. However, commuters could not help but notice the statue, not because of its height or color, but because the male figure was depicted with a very large, erect penis. The endowed devil statue was erected, so to speak, on a pedestal near the Clark Drive SkyTrain station in Grandview, Woodland. When a Twitter user asked the City of Vancouver about the statue, the city replied it was aware of the statue but did not commission it. The pedestal had previously been home to a bronze Christopher Columbus statue, but that had been moved to the Italian Garden in Hastings Park 10 years ago. City crews arrived later that day to remove the devil statue. A spokesperson for Vancouver said the Satan statue was not a piece of city-commissioned artwork and was consequently removed. While some said it was offensive and needed to come down, many wanted it to stay. However, things could be looking up for the devilish artwork as a petition was created to re-erect the statue in the same place, with more than 1,000 signatures at the time this story was written. The city has not said what will happen to the statue, but has fielded questions from interested parties on Twitter. The Hot Art Wet City Gallery on Main Street in Vancouver has offered to display it, but the city tweeted back that they are currently holding it for the owner, but there's no word as to who that is. Sheikh Nurul Islam Faruqi was a well-known politician and television personality in Bangladesh. Faruqi, who was Imam at Supreme Court Jame Mosque and Presidium member of the Islamic Front Bangladesh, hosted 2 programs on Islam from his home in the East Raja Bazar section of Dhaka, in which he was often critical of Islamic militants. In late August of this year, several armed men stormed into his home, bound Faruqi and his family to chairs, and slit Faruqi's throat as his family was forced to watch. There have since been several calls for numerous private television stations to be shut down for inciting the attacks, and at least 6 presenters on various programs have been sued in connection with the attacks. Investigators are assuming that the murder was planned and may have been perpetrated by the same groups that murdered a prominent and outspoken blogger last year. As of this writing, 2 arrests have been made in connection with the murder, although police have no shortage of suspects. According to Deputy Commissioner of Tajagan Division Wahidul Islam, the police have a list of approximately 20 people suspected in the attack.